discuss this time your doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse क्या है according to your book? Let me read it for you. Then I will explain some other things with you also. Doctrine of lapse. Dalhousie, the Governor General of India, Lord Dalhousie, that Governor General of India, annexed many Indian states to the company using this doctrine. And what is it? According to this doctrine, अब इसके accordingly, if an Indian ruler died without a male heir, that is successor, his kingdom would lapse, that is, it would come under the company's territory in India. And if you know that India was under the rulership of East India Company since 1757 till 1857. So these 100 years India was under the rulership of East India Company, right? They were the British, but it was a trading company. So if a king died without a natural heir, without any biological son, तो his territory will be annexed. अब मज़ेदार बात ये है कि डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्स से पहले ये वो स्टेट्स नहीं जो डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली दे वर अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ ब्रिटिश समहाउ, किसी भी ढंग से, किसी और दूसरे तरीके से, by using some other policies, they were under the rulership or they were under the control of the British directly or indirectly. For example, subsidiary alliance. ठीक है, तो पहले कोई एलसी पॉलिसी लगाकर उसे डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली कंट्रोल कर लिया जाता था. एंड लेटर ऑन दे, इफ the king is not having a biological child, they are not having a successor, biological natural successor, then the territory will be annexed, right? The next is, when the ruler of Jhansi died in 1853, leaving no natural heir, the widowed Rani was pensioned and their adopted son Anand Rao was not recognized as a lawful successor to the throne. So there was a provision in the doctrine of lapse which says that as per this, any adopted son of Indian ruler could not be proclaimed as heir to the kingdom, just like they did with Rani Jhansi. Anand Rao was the adopted son of Jhansi, but under doctrine of lapse, he will not be proclaimed as heir to the kingdom. Second thing, the adopted son would only inherit his foster father's personal property and estates. अब जो फोस्टर फादर या पालक पिता रहेगा या मदर रहेगी, उसकी अगर कोई पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी है तो वो एक्वायर कर सकता है, अदरवाइज ही कैन नॉट एक्वायर द स्टेट. एक चीज़ ये क्लियर हो गई. तो दैट वाज द बेसिक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन झांसी एंड रानी ऑफ झांसी एंड ब्रिटिश. नेक्स्ट थिंग, द अदर प्रोमिनेंट स्टेट्स which were annexed by the applying this doctrine were Satara, Jaitpur, Sambalpur, Udaipur and Nagpur. The principle of lapse was also applied to take away the titles and the pensions of the rulers of some states. Regal titles of the Nawabs of Carnatic and Tanjore were taken away. This caused discontent among the rulers as well as among the general people in general. अब हुआ यहाँ पे क्या? Because there is another provision according to that. Let me read it for you. That the adopted son would not entitled to any pension and any pension that his father had been receiving or to any of his father's title. Ab suppose I am the son of that particular king who was under the direct or indirect control of the British. तो मैं अपने मेरे फादर के बाद, आफ्टर द डेथ ऑफ माई फादर, आई विल नॉट एक्वायर द टाइटल दैट माई फादर वॉज हैविंग. जस्ट लाइक नाना साहेब वॉज द अडॉप्टेड सन ऑफ पेशवा, but he was denied to acquire the title of Peshwa. Moreover, he was denied to have the pension which earlier the Peshwa was given. तो जब मराठास हार जाते हैं ब्रिटिश से, तो पेशवा was given a pension. पेशवा को पेंशन दी जाती थी, लेकिन जो अडॉप्टेड सन था उसे फिर ये पेंशन और वो टाइटल देना इन्होंने बंद कर दिया अंडर डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्स. दैट इज़ द conflict between, or causes of conflict between Nana Sahib and the British. Next is, the rulers of Indian states believed that their states were annexed not by application of doctrine of lapse but due to the lapse of all morals on the part of British. अब ये एक ओपिनियन रही राजाओं की कि दे आर डूइंग दिस थिंग ऑन द मोरल्स अगेंस्ट डूइंग द एथिकल थिंग्स, they are doing it. but if you look at the whole picture, the basic idea was to annex Indian territories. They might ask you a few questions. For example, who introduced it? Who introduced doctrine of lapse? Credit goes to your Lord Dalhousie. And let me tell you, it was there earlier, even before Lord Dalhousie. There were a number of states which were annexed on the pretext of this doctrine of lapse. But Lord Dalhousie was credited to introduce it because he was the one who documented it, who shaped it, and who followed it vigorously. That is why he is given the credit. Second thing, or the second question they might ask you, that name the states which were annexed on the basis of your doctrine of lapse. It is your Satara, Jhansi, Nagpur, Sambalpur, Udaipur. And definitely they will ask you what were the grievances of Rani Jhansi. I have already told you that because they denied to accept the adopted son, that is Anand Rao, as the successor of the throne. That was the basic conflict between Rani Jhansi and British. Second question, that is what were the grievances of Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib was denied by the British for the pension and the title of Peshwa. These are the questions they can ask you from doctrine of lapse and from the conflicts between Nana Sahib and Rani of Jhansi. Thank you.